So again, Raw has heads.
Yeah, same. Raw heads and...
Well, in this
OP
case,
tail.
heads is going to be the Stormtrooper. There you have it. So, Stormtrooper for Raw, Tusken Raider for OP. And we have, once again, the Tusken Raider. Tails. So, OP goes to them.
It just stays how it is, I guess.
Yep.
Well, let me get my notes ready. Hop back in server. Let me ask you this, Voice. What do you expect OP to do right from the start? They've got the Allied push, round 1, set 1. What do you expect to see?
I kind of expect them to do a normal attack first, just go for the door, try and shoot the guys off the balcony, and the moment that fails, they are immediately going to put up an airstrike at that balcony, because FaZe has quite a lot of strong aimers who are just so lethal at that range, and they want to prevent them from getting on that balcony ASAP.
I'm gonna give out the shout out here to Stay, who's watching the show tonight.
Very cool. Welcome. Moments away from start as the players, some of the finest players you'll see in RTCW, are just moments away from start. What's going on, Voice?
I just read Eli Manning Giant saying on chat, "I'm surprised to see there is sunlight in Estonia."
Yes. We all are. All right, almost ready to go.
Oh, yes.
Waiting on 1. And that would be... What are we waiting on here?
Waiting on here. Oh, there's a bug. Either Alba, Jam, or Rest.
All right.
Here we go.
Never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, soldiers and soldats, welcome. Return to Castle Wolfenstein here on a Tuesday night, or day, depending on what part of the world you're from. And we've got the call as OP take the Allied push, making the charge on round 1, set 1 with Clown, and he's going to get tricky. Zed right there calling it out that Mata is taking Panza. There you have it. So, without further ado, why don't we're going to hand the honors to Gut. Gut, take it away.
Hey, sweet. I'm watching OP trying to make it up the ladder here, but obviously they're getting caught up here. It's a normal frostbite, a lot of spam, a lot of nades, a lot of airstrikes. It's a good start for the defense for Raw here.
So Panzerfaust right there. A lot of airstrikes, a lot of spam. They do have the dynamite plant down, though, on the left-hand side, Voice.
Yep, I was actually looking at Raz, who was jumping over the wall to try and backline the allies, but the allies are now making away, and it is Clown again who's going for the jump. He tried it the first time, but failed. This time, however, he does make it, but again he sees Raz in his path, who is waiting for the guys to jump over, so that is not going to happen on his watch. Other than that, it's just the main attack as to be expected.
What would have been, let me ask you this, Merlin, what would have been Clown's objective taking that back route, leaving his the 5-man push up the front?
Either a distraction to stop the guy going over the back wall and getting on your spawn, or, you know, you never know, could get through to the documents and have a dock run, which is a really good distraction when you're trying to get the flag. We've got Kevin pushing through courtyard for the docks right now.
8:10 on the
Nice
clock.
shot against Mirage.
And so far, Raw here on the Axis defense,
Oh, great shot by Kevin.
or rather FaZe, as they're now known, holding off the incoming OP roster at 758.
Mata's Panzer pouch just cleared the area towards the flag, and Chris runs up and grabs it. And it looks like this time they won't give the flag away, so we should be able to go to the next phase of the map.
And that was all because of Kevin's push. He pushed courtyard and he distracted like 4 of the FaZe guys, and it just gives them the freedom to just get up and get the flag really easily.
Lots of carnage.
Kind of ties in with what Clown's thing on the back. Same type of distraction.
And we have a timeout. I almost felt that coming. Kind of a subdued cast as we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Just
Yeah, exactly.
Sharpshooter, welcome. Take a look at pings. They look good. Do we have any idea what happened? What's going on?
I saw Chris going 9-9 for a bit, but he's back to
Yeah,
normal.
the allies crossed.
And we'll be resuming here in
At
10.
least the good thing for OP here is they've got Raw kind of all the way back now, so should be seeing some dock grabs soon, I would think.
Team FaZe or Team Raw now pushed back. And OP, the team now with something to prove, especially
Chris
based
is
on
9-9
predictions.
again.
Yep, there it is. Now dropping to 685, but yeah, that's not going to work. So we have another pause here.
Chris never has connection issues, and just when the official happens, he seems to have some problems there. Well, that gives us the time. MerlinatoR, what do you think of the spawn times as they are at the moment?
Well, we've got OP spawning 5 seconds ahead. Gives them, you know, it'll be harder for FaZe to set up like a courtyard artillery spam defense, which is can help. But the difference of 5 seconds is not going to make that big a deal. It's still going to come down to how you work as a team.
A little hard to get your mojo going when you have a start like this. How do you overcome it, Gut? You know, you're trying to get in the groove. You've got 2 timeouts in the first few minutes.
I was going to say, I just watched Squiz just tear it up right there. Headshot master over here, but I don't know. I mean, you know, you kind of have to just throw it together. It gets frustrating, but Frostbite's such a fast map that it's not like, you know, it's not like base where every time you die you have to wait about 20 seconds until you get action again. I mean, this is a fast playing map, so.
Making some mic adjustments. Sorry for the loss of sound. We're back now at 6:03. And I'm tracking Mirage, who is locking the docks down right now. So far, not a lot of pressure. Got a lot of casters here. This is cool. CKY, you're watching the delayed stream. You know all about these teams here tonight. What are your thoughts?
Actually, haven't been watching too much of.
You bastard.
Been doing some other crap, but yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I tossed you the football. What's up with that?
Yeah, you caught me off guard.
That's all right.
I figured you wouldn't come to me to the end. But what's going on here? OP having some trouble getting inside. Looks like.
Just a lot of action.
Now they're inside. They haven't grabbed the docks yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest part for an offensive push here, and a good way to coordinate it, is to do either like a really strong 2-way or 3-way push, where you have people come from all different angles. I mean, what happens is if you have guys pushing low near the red truck area, or it's not really red, I don't think, on this map, but the truck area, the courtyard, get people going that way, you could take out the guys that are service, and those guys could push service. You just have to make sure the guy in the back playing defense doesn't shift over with the Panzer and keep you guys taking out service. So right now it looks like they're doing that right now. A 3-man push service side. And there's a Panzer like I just called.
Yeah,
so
look at that. Yep.
that's why you need to push courtyard at the same time so that Panzer can't get shot. Otherwise you're screwed. You get trapped in service and you're like a rat. You have nowhere to go.
Well, so far looking very strong for the Axis defense here right now. Is this what you expected to see? General Zed.
Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty much one-sided right now. I'm still surprised that they're still keeping the flag. Actually, by the looks of it, Raw is just too. Oh, sorry, FaZe is way too strong for them right now, and there goes the flag as well. I mean, they were just trying to go 3 guys from the service, got down. They were getting cut down, and so were 3 guys, I believe, from spawn as well, taken down, and just looking pretty ugly right now for the LP. And Pro making some twosies with the Panzer, which is nice as well, just to make the team shorter.
It'd be very interesting to take a look at the statistics, but so far, if you take a look in console, it is pretty much Raw straight down. So they have been dominating on the defense. Would you say, Voice, that this map favors the defense?
Yeah, a lot of it has to do, in my opinion, with the spawn times as well. And as MerlinatoR pointed out earlier, the differences aren't that big. So, despite that, Raw would have some trouble setting up in Courtyard, just being gathered around the docks, either on the service side or spawn side. You know, they see the allies coming from such an like miles away. So it's quite easy for them to shoot, especially with the aim these guys got. It's very tricky, and you need a coordinated attack and the team play, again, as MerlinatoR pointed out earlier, on the attack.
TK Pal, welcome. Big round of applause and a salute to you. It has not been going in favor of OP here. They are rolling tonight with, well, with Clown instead of Circa, and that's a good choice, but you've got a Merc in place of one of your top soldiers. And then we've had this timeout situation. It's our third timeout. Chris is once again at a 999. Merlin, that's got to be frustrating for a team like OP.
It'll be frustrating for OP. It'll be frustrating for Chris himself as well. It's very strange. He doesn't normally lag. Never seen any problems that he's had before. This is a new one for Chris, I think. And it comes at a really bad time. Like, you just don't want it to come when you're in the middle of an official, you know? Especially official that is a difficult challenge, a really difficult challenge. Just adds stress to an already stressful situation.
Alright, so OP has lost Chris. He is out. We're going to be standing by in this situation. We'll head back to the war room here for the moment. I'm going to hand this back to you, Merlin. I got so many people to choose from. It's exciting. Hi, Goose. He's also in Ventrilo with us. I'm not sure if he's with us, but he's here. Merlin, I always like to hand you these team captain questions because you are a team captain. So you're OP, and it's just not... everyone's against you right from the start. And then you have you've got Clown in for Circa. Then you got Chris, who's timing out. How do you hit the reset button at this point?
I think you simply just don't get too stressed out by the situation. This was always going to be a hard map. Frostbite could easily finish 2-0 to either team, or could finish 1-1. Both teams very strong on this map. Just don't get too bothered by it. At worst, what's going to happen is going to get full health. I've got siren going by me, which isn't that big a deal.
I like the immersion. I like the immersion, though, so that's very cool. You got it rocking. So 3:19 on the clock. It has been pretty much Team Raw or FaZe all game thus far until this point, but very early in the matchup, Zed. Very early. Now, OP, well, doing what they can, but struggling thus far.
Yeah, I mean, they should... I mean, they took the decision to have Mata as the Panzer, but I believe they should use him as SMG. He would have much more, he would do much better, in my opinion, at least. He's picking up onesies, and, that's about it. Even if he does. Sometimes he doesn't. So, I think if they would change something...
In that case, drop Mata... Sorry, Zed, but would you in that case drop Mata as a Panzer and have the Panzer replaced by someone else, or just not use a Panzer at all?
Drop it, yeah, completely. I mean, I think the outcome would be much better as it is right now. I mean, Mata isn't picking up any kills whatsoever, and the others are doing, mediocre, but they would do much better if the team leader or in-game leader, at least.
We got a grab.
What I know, would, be in the action. Okay.
Alright, we've got Oxy, he's got it, so this could be a game changer. Can he bring it home? He's got it out the front, here he goes! Skiing down the hill, moving incredibly fast, making his way towards Allied spawn. Backed up now by Chris. This is important. OP have got to get that momentum back. They've had a very hard first round. Bounding inside, out of nowhere, Oxy, free and clear, he's got it. So he's on the board, and that is important. That, if they can just hold off Team Raw, then they're gonna, well, you get the idea. It's good.
That's the motivation.
That was nice. That was a quick
motivation.
So let's take a look at the scores here. Very quick.
Just don't. I just saw Oxy stats. That is just downright worrying.
Yeah, 1 in 15. Wow. Yeah. Not.
Chris, who just came back reconnecting, already has more kills than Oxy.
Not traditional
This
for
is-
Oxy. What do you think's going on there?
Getting used to the team, playing in a supportive role.
He's not
Yeah,
really
definitely.
a big, a gunslinger, is he? He's not a Chris. Chris will
Yeah.
come onto the server for one spawn and he could easily get like a 4 or 5 man. So he's not the same sort of player. But I mean, as you saw, Oxy adds to the team. Smart dock runs. Pretty quick as well. A nice supportive player.
Well, 8:16 not the best time ever, but it certainly gets OP the shot and the chance they need, Gut, if they can just hold off the allied push of Team Raw / FaZe, then they'll get that first point. Most people are predicting that OP is going to get at least 1 point. This could be the one they need to push them over the top, at least maybe to force a decider.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's all you got to do. I mean, at least set a time. Don't go all the way through it without setting anything. Yeah, I mean, that's this map is somewhat unpredictable, and we'll see what they can do on defense here. If they're going to run with the same setup, I'm guessing Mata on Pans, right?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the statistics from both Panzers, and it surprised me that Mata is still fairly close to Fro. Fro we saw pick up various double kills, whereas
12 and
Mata
16,
indeed
yeah.
had the single ones a couple of times in a row, but it's let's see,
It is a
14
lot
kills for
harder
Fro
to-
and 12 for Mata.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
a lot
it's
harder
not-
to transit on offense.
Yeah,
For-
exactly.
that's for
I mean,
sure.
he will do definitely much better on the defense in this round, but I believe he would have done better as an SNG in the attack or the on the offense.
Player and channel asking what the score is. Currently 0-0. The scoreboard should be on the upper right-hand side. But if Team Raw, or FaZe in this case, cannot beat the time, then OP will have that first point. I wouldn't put it past
Who
him.
holds this round? Taking him.
But right now we have a 6-on-5. So what is the situation here? Is that looks like
Squid
Yeah, one of
is
the
rebooting.
FaZe.
Okay.
Yeah. Rebooting. But yeah, as I was
Sorry,
saying, no problem. If OP's gonna full hold this round, they're gonna build a huge confidence and probably gonna perform better in the next rounds.
report from player saying Squiz has mic problems as well. And Snipebringer, sure, I'll pull up the stats for you. Let's scroll back in time, shall we? There you go. So we are kind of looking at Oxy's 1 in 15. It's not the Oxy we know, but wasn't it Oxy that did get the document grab?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
he
there you
is doing his part.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Like CKY, you've talked about this before. You made a very strong point. You set Sabo and myself in our place. You said, Warwitch, it's not all about kills, it's about team play.
Yeah, I mean, you can get 0 kills in the whole entire game, and if you have to beat the time set, and you get the time set, who cares? I mean, obviously you want to be getting kills, you want to be getting gibs, you want to be reviving. I mean, as a medic too, I don't know if he was playing a medic or what he was doing, but as a medic, you're definitely going to get less kills than an LT or a Panzer. So.
Right.
He was, and he has by far the most revives in his team, what I can see. So he's been doing that part for sure.
So all that matters. I mean, sometimes I'm playing medic and I might get 3 or 4 kills in a whole entire game, but I made 3 or 4 revives in situations when they were desperately needed. And say we had an engineer needed to plant near the crypt or something, and I was able to get up there and revive him before a grenade goes off on his body, and then he gets a plant down at the crypt on village or something like that, and that's all that matters. Gotta sacrifice.
Well, Squiz is back, so
Oh.
that's good news. We've got a 6v6.
But Chris is lagged out again.
Yeah, that's not good. Merlin, who would you bring in
I
for
hope it
Chris?
was fixed.
If they cannot get this fixed, who does OP bring in at this point? They already have Clown in for Circa.
They can't use another merc. They're not allowed to use more than one, so that's a problem. But you can't really replace Chris in OP's lineup. probably their strongest player. If having your strongest player lagging out is going to be a problem.
So, man, I tell you, I've been in matches before. I haven't played competitively in years, and never RTCW, but I've had these situations as a team captain, and it is frustrating. God, it's the reason I shoutcast. I get very pumped up, and yeah, I mean, you've got CKY, you've got your one Merc, and then one of your top players is lagging out. So I mean, if he can't play, you're down one, and that is that.
Yeah, that happens all the time to us, unfortunately. I mean, gotta just do it. It's part of the game. People lag out, people's stuff dies, so gotta expect it to happen.
Now let me ask you this, Gut. With the birds, we're in your command center, and you're squaring off. You have a time of 8:16 to beat. What strats are you calling right now if you're playing against the Axis defense of OP?
Well, I mean, with that, I mean, you know, this, like I said, this map plays so fast that, I mean, it's just kind of like, just make sure you get the flag, you know. 8:16 is a hell of a lot of time on this map, so just get the flag, don't get spammed to death right away, and try to do that kind of divided push, actually, which I think CQY said earlier, like, send a couple people each way and grab the dogs.
Well, they've readied up and Chris is 999 again.
Oh, that's not... I feel bad. I feel bad, but...
This does smell of the DDoS issues that have been hitting ET recently.
Yeah, he's out. Why don't you fill us in on that, these issues you're talking about?
Well, a lot of ET players have got their hands on websites which can just attack people's IPs, and it's been a real big deal in the recent 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's going to be a group of 10 people who are doing it. There's too much going on at the same time for it to be one guy. A lot of people like to blame one particular guy. I wouldn't have thought it. He may have done it a little bit, but to think he's doing it all the time is, I think it's a joke. There was a problem with the Crossfire TeamSpeak for a while where certain players or certain people could see other people's IPs, but that's been removed. But it's down to IRC, if you go onto IRC and you look at someone's name, you can get their IP in their user if they haven't protected it, and not a lot of people do protect. So you can just get off from connecting servers and stuff as well. So hopefully that's not the case. I'd like to say it hasn't hit RTCW, but it's been a real problem in ET for the last 2, 3 weeks.
Well, Cyrus in chat saying that yesterday he could not manage to connect to the server that we're currently on, but he could connect to every other server. So there you have it. I don't know. Could be a server issue, could be an attack issue, but whatever the case, Chris is 999, and it is not getting better. And keep in mind, we've talked about this. So we head back to our command center tonight. Chris, or rather OP, have already brought in one Merc, Clown, in favor of Circa. So if Chris cannot pull it together and we can't resolve this issue, it's going to be a 5v6. And Zed, that's not that's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I can just imagine how frustrated Chris can be right at this point. I mean, you're in a deciding match, and you're just lagging out constantly. Just wow. And you're one of the key players as well for your own team, so it doesn't look very good right now.
Well, hang tight, and we'll find out exactly what's going to happen here.
Feels like it's 2002 again, right? We got somebody who's apparently on dial-up who keeps lagging out. And I'm pinging 250 to this server, so.
Right now he has 48.
Alright, well, we're going to find out the ultimate outcome here as the game is on. Warwitch on the mic with a large shout-casting crew as roles are reversed. Shout-crafting. That's the German word for it. Sauerkraut. In my Lederhosen, FaZe versus OP. Alright, we're going to hand this back to Gut. Gut on the call, roles reversed. Let's go. All you, take it away.
That's it. Well, they got the standard D going here. It seems a little less spammy. Oh, there comes the airstrikes right there. Yeah, I mean, OP seems to be doing a solid job right now up top, holding them off.
Despite
oh, we got a Sten out here. Olba's got the he's got the Sten going.
Oh yes,
That's
rocking
awesome.
the Sten strat.
All we need is a flamethrower on offense, and that'll be perfect.
Yeah.
It looks like they both spawned same time. Is that correct?
Yep. Checking. Yeah, it looks to be the same spawn. Well, that would give you a similar situation as before.
Actually, the raw spawns slightly early, like half a second or...
Does that have it, voice? Let me ask you. Does that have any kind of impact on the flow of the map? Spawn times being so exact.
Nah. Well, like Merle said in the previous round, when the allies spawned slightly before the Axis, it would make it difficult for the Axis to set up their courtyard defense. In this case, they spawned at the same time, which would give the Axis slightly more time to set up the defense. So it should be a slight advantage for OP, but you can pretty much nullify it because it's so close as with the previous round.
Now tracking Mata.
Well, this is a solid start for OP. I mean, they've already killed a little over 2 minutes, and they still are in control of the flag. So
doing pretty fine right now.
Now, does OP have anyone watching the back right now, or is no one watching back?
Yeah,
they have
Chris is watching the back.
Oh, okay.
Probably a wise choice
He's been
considering
given
his
a
ping
lot of
issue.
freedom. I think that's his normal role, but he's been given a lot of freedom to just jump over the back wall, and he's getting on their spawn every time with the strikes. And
Yeah, that's the best way to play that spot, and just kill out and do it again.
Yeah, they do
at the
spawn.
flag now, though.
oh, they got the flag.
But they spawn back. Ouch.
A double support fire from Chris, fighting through the 999 issues.
Chris still going over the wall, despite allies having the
nice!
flag.
Hold on!
Oh,
Check
great
it out!
Panzer.
I missed it, but a 3-man Panzerfaust kill, a little Shazam action from Fro, locking it down.
Yeah. They were trying to go for the flag, and Throw was in the right place in the right time. They have a 3-man on it.
Thus far, I gotta say, Merlin, color me impressed. Very, very tough start for OP, and they are really, really playing up to their name tonight. If they can come out and get the point in this round, it will be a major victory for them.
yeah, they're putting in some work now. I mean, Matt is showing that on defense, your Panzer, you're going to hit the 2-mans. I think Matter is a much better Panzer than you guys are giving him credit for. I would say he's a better SMG without a doubt, but at the moment OP are really looking really strong. They picked in the last cup. I don't know if anyone remembers. They actually picked Frostbite every round, so it is effectively their home map.
Yeah.
So they're always going to be quite good at it.
I thought that was every European team's home map.
Oh no. Ask KH.
Okay, just don't like Frostbite so much.
OP is doing very well right now.
Oh, Mata gonna get stabbed by Fro. I killed off.
Coming in for the
I
goat.
didn't want to suffer the humiliation there.
Yeah. Wise choice. Bites the cyanide tablet. Comes back to fight another day. It's good to see a sharpshooter. Welcome back. And a lot of viewers for a Tuesday. I'm very surprised. This is not our traditional data broadcast, so thank you guys for coming to check out the stream here. OP versus formerly Team Raw, now known as Team FaZe.
Look at Mata, by the way, with
Round one,
a
set
Panzer
two.
kill and 3 grenade kills in a row. Very strong.
looks
As
very,
said, he
very
would perform
promising
better
for
on
OP.
defense.
This is good.
Yeah.
They can hold off, hold them off.